Hello students, welcome back. Himanshu this side, and in this video we are going to learn about the sheet properties or various methods or functions related to sheets. So let's begin. First of all, if you want to change the name of the sheet, name which is being displayed over here, you can see, and in the VBA window which is being shown in the bracket. So that name, if you want to change, how to do that? Let's say I want to change sheet 1 name. In the previous video I have mentioned all the methods with the help of which you can refer to one particular sheet. So you can use any of those methods. My favorite is the direct method, so I'm going to use that. So I'm going to mention sheet 1 dot name, and what is the name I want to give? I can write it down, data function. Let's say I want to give it. Right now the sheet 1 name is if function, and if I'm going to run this, you can see the name has been changed to data function. Now the next method is I'm going to show is how you can create a new sheet. So for this, either you can use sheets dot add, or you can use worksheets dot add also. So I have simply written sheets dot add, and then what it's going to do, it's going to add a new sheet. Now where it's going to add a new sheet? It's going to add a new sheet whichever before the sheet which is selected right now. So right now text example sheet is selected, so by default it's going to create a sheet just before text example sheet. However, you can control where you want the new sheet to come. So sheets.add, press space, and you can see one parameter is highlighted, which is before parameter. So in this parameter you can mention the sheet before which you want the new sheet to come. So I want the sheet to come before the first sheet, which is a data function sheet actually. So I'm going to refer it with the help of sheet 1. Fine. So I'm going to, whichever sheet is right now highlighted, which is sheet 4, irrespective of that, if I'm going to run this program, okay, let me put semicolon in front, single quotation in front of it, so that it can convert it into comment. And whichever sheet is highlighted right now, irrespective of that, it is going to add a new sheet just before data function, because that's the sheet 1. So you can see it has done. Now if I'm going to give sheets.add and then comma, because before is the first parameter and the second parameter is after, now it's going to create a new sheet after the sheet 1, which is data function. Okay, so we are not talking about the sequence here. Sheet 1 is the data function, so after that it's going to create a new sheet. Also again I am going to give comma, and you can see count parameter is highlighted. By default single sheet is going to be created, but if you want more than single sheet, you can choose the parameter. Let's say I've given 2. Fine. So I'm going to run this. You can see after data function 2 sheets has been created, sheet 7 and sheet 6. Okay, I'm going to convert this into comment once again and going to tell you about the next method. The next method is if you want to delete one particular sheet. How to do that? Let's say I want to delete sheet 5, which is actually sheet 15. So I'm going to do sheet 15 dot delete. When I'm going to run this program, it will say the similar message which you got when you are going to delete any particular sheet. I'm not going to delete it right now. However, if you don't want this message is known as display alert, and it is being recalled with the help of application. So I can disable it. How to do that? In order to do this, you need to type application dot display alerts equal to false. Also it is very important that you need to once whichever task you want to execute that has been done, you need to convert this into true as well. So how it's going to work, display alerts are any kind of alerts. Like if I'm going to delete this one directly, this message is a display alert. Without saving, if I'm going to close it, and if I want to close it, this is display alert. So these are all display alerts which are very important. Now I'm going to disable it with the help of this line application.displayAlert equal to false, and that after executing that particular line where I don't want the display alert to come, which is sheet 15.delete, I need to activate the display alert once again, because in that particular session I'm not going to get the display alert in some very important functionality or methods also. So it is very important, after false you need to do the true statement as well. Okay, so if I'm going to run this, you need to look at here and you can see that this has been deleted without even giving any prompt. So this is another method in order to delete any particular sheet. Now the next method that we are going to understand is the how to protect any sheet. So for that matter, I am considering this data function, which is a sheet 1, and I'm going to refer it now with the different method, which is worksheet. Let's say it's not compulsory, however you can make use of any of the method which I have told you. Worksheets, then data function dot protect, give space and give 1 2 3 4. I'm going to run this and it has been protected. Now right now I'm in this sheet, and if I'm going to do any changes, it will not allow me that. Most of the time I use direct method because we get suggestions into this. So let's say if I'm typing the direct method, which is sheet 1 dot protect, you can see the suggestions are coming. Now it is already protected, I want to unprotect it, so you need to give unprotect and then give the password. Run this and it has been unprotected. You can see I can type whatever I want to, and I can do the changes as well. Now the next method is if you want to hide it. So I'm typing sheet 1 dot visible property equal to, there are 3 different properties you can see, that is actual sheet hidden, actual sheet very hidden, and visible property. Now visible, you can understand what it is. Now what is hidden and very hidden? Let's say I'm going with hidden property, so it's going to hide this. But in order to unhide this, it is very easy for the end user. He can simply click over here, unhide, and it is very easy to unhide. However, I don't want the end user to unhide this. So that what I want the end user should not be able to unhide this. So I'm not going for hidden option, I'm going for very hidden option. And I'm going to run this. It is hidden, unhide option is coming, but that particular sheet, which is data function, is not coming over here. Okay, so this is the advantage. How to do that then? With the help of coding once again, you will have to give it visible property, so it will be visible once again. You can see that. Now finally, another important method, if you want to count how many sheets are there, then you can simply use sheets dot count. But this need to be displayed somewhere. How we can find out how many sheets it has counted? So in front of it, I'm going to type message box. So it's going to be displayed in the message box. I'm going to run this and it's showing there are overall 16 sheets. So this is it. These are all the sheet properties, and in the next video I'm going to give you one task. So once you are through with the previous video of sheet and this particular video, check the next video for the task and try to complete that task. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.